Welcome to TerryWilson3.com, the show committed to helping you grow, protect, and enjoy your money, business, and life.
Wanted to get with you. This is really something that seems to be scratching a lot of itches, and it looks like it's pretty lucrative.
Well, it's one of the best business decisions that I've made, becoming a rep.
My intent now is being in that call center is letting people know this is the real deal. You will make money, and you don't have to have a product to promote. Just get in that call center and take calls, read a script. You will make money.
I started my own personal business 10 days ago. On Friday, I have my first 2 sales come through, and I have more pending. You do the activity, you take the time, you talk to the people.
You will make money.
I am in love with it. I don't know any other way to put it.
I really appreciate all the value you give. It's a lot, right? I look up to you a lot. You're kind of a leader in an industry where there's lots of BS.
And by the way, I love your swag.
This is the Terry Wilson. Really, I'm excited, Terry. I want to get started here.
Well, welcome aboard, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great time this evening. We're sitting here talking about beach trips. Me and Lindsay sitting here at she says don't take her to the beach unless she's on the beach.
And we're going next weekend.
Where are you going?
We're going to Isle of Palms.
Isle of Palms.
Because it's a
pretty.
weekend trip. So quick,
Yeah. Well, that's pretty. That's a pretty part of South Carolina. It seems like Isle of Palms, that's near Charleston, right? Mm-hmm. It seems like when we did the bridge run, we stayed at the Isle of Palms.
That would make sense because the bridge goes to Mount Pleasant, which is right by Isle of Palms.
Okay. Man, that's a beautiful. Now it's an older community. It seems like
it's kind of a retirement place. It's where I want to live when I grow up.
yeah. I know. I think the thing I remember about that area was all of the all of the stores and all of the restaurants and everything are sort of tucked back behind the trees.
Yes.
They want a lot of trees, whereas like if you go down to the Myrtle Beach area, it's wide open.
It's a very, very different experience. It's probably the only beach that I would take my kids to alone without my husband.
Right, because it's sort of secluded and it's not as commercialized. Well, we're looking forward to Clearwater, so we'll be down there for a few weeks, and then Orlando and some other things and the cruise and stuff. So we're about to go on our month excursion.
Yeah, that's going to be an awesome experience.
Well, it's fun. That's one of the beautiful things, and that's what we're talking about the folks tonight, about working from home. You get your online presence going. You get these tools that we're talking about and these strategies that we offer. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. You can, and you don't have to be in the TW3 business. I would argue, though, every business out there needs to try to put their business over online. Because
oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah, because then it's automated.
If I go to search for a service and you don't have an online presence, you have lost my business.
It is so important. I was talking to a pastor friend of mine the other day, and I was like, "Well, where's your website?" And they said, "We don't have a website." I said, "What are you talking about? You don't have a website?" "Oh, we don't." And I was like, "How does anyone that moves into your community from out of town know about you, know what you offer, know what the ministries are, know what, especially if they're parents? How are they going to know about the children's program and all that?"
That's right.
I know mama ain't going to go anywhere
if I don't know that you have a working operational nursery and children's ministry.
Let me tell you, it is that some of our biggest clients that take our big package, our APS package, is churches. Because each ministry has their own website. They can do their own thing. And as a matter of fact, our home church, we donated the APS system to them, and each ministry, and you can go on there and see the nursery ministry and the children's program and all that. But it doesn't matter if it's a school, church, business, whatever. It's got to be online.
Oh yeah,
leveraging these digital tools. And I am amazed. I was talking to a buddy of mine last week, insurance guy. Very successful, but he's getting burned out by doing the appointment, the whole thing, meet and greet and all that. And he wants to get out there and wants to do more online. I was like, well, have you got your social media page set up? Yeah. I don't even use Facebook. So you don't use Facebook? He said, no, I don't.
Well, I hope you can endure those appointments because that's where your business is going to stay.
I told him, I says, there's certain things you got to have. You got to have your own personalized website. That's sort of your image.
Yeah.
You got to be on social media, and you got to have some of these tools.
And there's people you can hire to do that now.
There's people you can hire to do that. You can get the TW3 package, and it's done, step by step. I mean, there's so many things that you can do. Solutions that you can do. Reagan,
hello.
If the folks want to ask us questions, how can they do that?
You can go over to terrywilson3.com/live, and there will be a button on the bottom that says "Let's Chat." Now, I'm not a fan of the font you use because it's in cursive, and I can't really read cursive. But it'll be on the bottom right.
You millennials.
I can read cursive. My brain has to I have to flip that switch that goes, I'm reading cursive.
You know
now.
what? Like, I never, we're working on writing. I'm a homeschool mom. I know you're a homeschool kid.
Yeah.
It had not even crossed my mind that I'm going to have to teach cursive.
Yeah.
Well, in a lot of public schools, they don't even teach cursive.
I would say you don't technically have to because a lot of places aren't requiring it anymore.
It's being removed from a lot of public school curriculum. And there's a whole argument. I don't want to open a can of worms there. So let's just.
I learned how to sign my name, and I can read it.
What about college? Are they having you do it?
No. I mean, everything's in print. You pretty much type up everything now.
Yeah.
I know.
The new curriculum that Israel's on, how old is Israel now? 10?
Yeah, or 11.
Going on 11,
actually.
One of the things I was pretty proud of is they're making him set up his own blog. One of the curriculums, which I think is pretty cool. That tells you that the forward thinking you're going to have
teaching you skills for the future.
You better know because how are you going to put a resume out there if you're in business? How do you teach people and show people what you're doing?
I would argue though that at age 11, do they really need those? I'm thinking that's like more of a 17, 18 skill.
It's just basic stuff. It's not, but they want them with the idea of how it works.
Yeah.
The concept.
Gotcha.
The overarching concept, not getting into the deep in the weeds yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to talk to me, Lizzie, or Reagan, got a question, you can go to terrywilson3.com/live in the bottom right-hand corner. There's a little icon there that says "Let's Chat." And we can definitely chat with you and ask you any question or answer any question that you might have, as long as it's relevant to the conversation. Now, if you start asking questions that aren't relevant, we'll make up the answers probably.
Pretty good at office trivia. If you guys want to send me some office trivia.
Yeah, if you want to send office trivia, Seinfeld trivia, Chicago the band trivia, is there anything that you're just obsessive about and know a lot about that you could field questions on?
I've recently fallen in love with a new brand of clothing that I could answer lots of questions about.
Lots of questions there. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is episode 331, and our sponsors, of course, is the show is sponsored by our business, terrywilson3.com, of course, but we have opened up a whole new website that is our store, TW3 Store, where you can go over there and get TW3 swag. If you are working a call center at TW3 or not even at TW3, maybe you work from home and you just need a good phone system, we've got headsets, phones over there. We've got t-shirts, motivational t-shirts. We've got a journal. I tell you what, the importance, I tell you, I've got a training. You can go to terrywilson3.com, go up and see how I made $800 per day. And it talks about how I started journaling and started writing down my goals and started building a strategic plan. That was all done with a journal. And I sell a journal over there that I really like. It's a leather-bound journal for $25 that you can get over at the store at TW3store.com. Of course, Ring Central is the company that we use at TW3 to host our call center. All of our members have an extension at Ring Central. If you would like to set up your own Ring Central account, and as a matter of fact, you can get it for a 30-day free trial and a discount of up to 30% just by using our link here at terrywilson3.com/Ring Central. That's terrywilson3.com/Ring Central. The good book says, know those who labor among you. One of the things that we do at TW3 is we just don't take on anybody that asks to come on. Anybody that says, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur, Terry, and I want to work with you guys. Well, that's great. Let's talk. And that's why we have our members out there that do interviews. That's why we use a service that is a background service that doesn't cost our members anything. And as a matter of fact, if you're a listener here at TW3, you can use this same service at terrywilson3.com/background. That's terrywilson3.com/background. You can use that exact same service, and it will give you a background check on who you're working with, what they're about. Do they have any records out there that, might not be, someone that you want to necessarily link up with? Because I tell you, one of the ways that we've been able to protect our brand here at TW3 is we're very, very careful with, who we're going to do business with, who we're going to allow represent us. And we hold our members to a certain account, in the fact that, don't just be promising people, hey, you're going to get rich tomorrow if you do this, and those kinds of things. What we're going to talk to you tonight about is very doable. It is very doable. What you're going to be able to see tonight is ways that you can use our tools and do all kinds of things. But for some people, it happens in a matter of weeks. I've got podcast after podcast after podcast where you're seeing people make 5, 15, 10 grand, within weeks, months. And I've got people that have just started making their first sale in the first year. So the speed at which people get up to speed is all individually based. So we don't want anyone to walk away thinking any different. If you would like to work with us, if you'd like to become a member at TW3, you can go over to terrywilson3.com/apply. That's terrywilson3.com/apply. And we can get you hooked up with one of our recruiters and trainers that can show you and talk to you about what we do, how we do it, how we can be a benefit to you. Because I tell you, working for yourself from home is not easy, Lindsay, but it is worth it, isn't it?
Yes.
It is definitely worth it. I mean, we're sitting here talking about our trips, new cars we bought. I mean, I don't flaunt that. I don't brag about that. I'm humbled by it that the good Lord has blessed us in the way he has. But it's because we have these tools that, and what's even more rewarding is seeing all of these members that have joined us over the years. And that's all they do now is this, TW3. And it's pretty cool. We got questions coming in?
Yeah, we have plenty of shout outs too.
Okay, let's go ahead and get the shout outs. Reagan, you handle the shout outs.
All right, this one's from Diane Marie. She wants to give a shout out to Paul from Connecticut, who is on tonight. This one's from Gary. He wants to give a shout out to, and I apologize if I mess up anybody's name, just a heads up for everybody. This one's from Hi Hugen, Ellie Bahid, and George Cintio. These are new members that just joined for him.
Woohoo!
Yep. And
cool.
Let's see here.
I think that one name is pronounced Nguyen, isn't it?
It could be.
I think it might be a Korean name.
Vietnamese.
Or Vietnamese. Yeah. So if we messed your ethnicity up, we apologize. Yeah, but I've had a couple clients with that last name. So
and we got one more from Sheila in Nashville. She wants to give a shout out to Sonia, Gilberto, and Deanna. Who are thinking about joining tonight. So that'd be cool.
Welcome aboard. You've got a great rep there. That's an awesome rep, and really cares for you. And that's one of the trademarks that I love about our business, and you saw that too, Lindsay, at the conference. The good people,
really good people. I told Justin, my husband, I was like, I have enjoyed getting to know these people.
Yeah, because they're just salt of the earth.
Yeah, I was about to say that, salt of the earth.
It's not hypey. It's not
Nobody's bougie.
Nobody's bougie. One of the I did a podcast a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you were on that one where I talked about should I get a Tesla or should I get a Honda Accord.
I missed that one. Was that when my family was in town?
That was when your family was in town, and I was saying no. I know what it was. It was a membership training. It wasn't the.
wasn't the podcast.
It wasn't the public podcast. But I was asking the members, should I go the Ty Lopez direction and get this fancy car, and sort of be the internet marketer, type thing, or should I get what I want, which was a Honda Accord,
which wasn't what Reagan wanted.
Which is not what Reagan wanted.
I was like, at least go test drive a Tesla and take me with you, please.
Tesla pretty much screams Dad of 5.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
It does, but I fell in love with Honda, and me, I'm one of those goofy guys. Once I like a brand.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you see all of our computers around here and our phones.
Do you see Apple?
Well, Apple laptop, Apple desktop. We're Apple.
Yep.
Once I buy into a brand, I'm
done. I'm done shopping.
I bought 5-6 years ago a Honda Pilot and fell in love with Honda. And then I went and got a second Honda Pilot. And then Gina liked the Honda and she test drove the Odyssey. So we bought the Odyssey. And then while we was on the dealership, I started looking. I said, boy, those Accords don't look like the Accords of yesterday. These are nice looking.
Yeah.
And so I test drove it, and I fell in love with that. And so I told him, he said, but you're an internet marketer. You need to have the Tesla out there and the pictures and the slow.
Well, the thing is, like,
the whole Ty Lopez way of marketing.
I saw that the Model 3 had come out. I was looking at the price. I was like, these are pretty much the same price. I was like, you could get a Tesla. You could get a Tesla. Like, you've made it. You have made it.
You've arrived in life.
You've arrived.
Well, I asked the group, the members, and a lot of them knew people that had them or had test drove them themselves. Yeah. And they says, you want to wait.
Really?
They said that's
probably smart.
Now, if I was going to go get the $100,000, what was it?
Yeah.
The Series 1?
Yeah, it's like the phone. It's like the Model X or whatever they call it.
Yeah. Then, go get it.
Sure.
That's the one. But the Series 3?
Yeah.
They're still not there yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you think that price difference, like that's $70,000. Where did that $70,000 go? Like, what did they not put into that?
What did they forget to put in?
And you drove my new Honda.
No, it's really nice.
Yeah. Now I'm not going to be able to put internet videos up and say, "Hey, look at me, I'm super rich." And blah, blah, blah.
No, and honestly, I think that's about it. That's about the only thing you won't be able to do.
Yeah.
You can't say you own a Tesla.
No, but I don't. But see, that's the whole point. And we're getting into what we're talking about tonight. Tonight is episode 331, and we're talking about branding and building a profitable online business. And one of the key things I will say, Lindsay, and you tell me if you agree, the key components of building a good brand is being authentic to who you are.
Mm-hmm. You can't do well for something you don't believe in and something that you're not super passionate about.
Or can't pull off yourself. I mean, do I look like a Tesla? I mean, yes. I'm a good old boy from South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. That's not me. Everybody's looking at a text. Are we getting text? And I'm
Justin says they're in trouble. Tesla can't fulfill their orders. My husband works in the car industry, and I don't know how to turn this.
No. I saw him, and I was like, someone's
off.
commenting on this Tesla comment or this conversation, and I'm out of. Yeah, well, Justin would know. I mean, because he works at a very.
He works at a company that we're very grateful for the paycheck, but we can't afford to drive what they're
very high end. Yep, very high end. And matter of fact, someone said, I brought that up. Someone said, well, why don't you get? Can we say?
Yeah, it's fine.
So why don't you get a BMW? And my argument was BMW is a very prestigious, well built, nice car.
It is,
but. This is how weird I am, and it doesn't make sense. And I feel hypocritical now that I'm thinking about what I'm about to say. But here in South Carolina, everyone drives a BMW.
Well, that's because everyone gets the employee
lease thing.
Okay, but if you were going to go buy one, okay,
oh yeah,
super safe, but crazy expensive.
Oh yeah,
and then after like 2 years, like if you have problems with it, the upkeep.
Oh yeah,
is ongoing.
Well, it's all like German engineering, so it's
yeah, it's Bavarian. I don't that's always confused me. It's Bavarian Motor Works.
Yeah,
but they are German.
Okay, I would just say yes, sure.
Yeah. But the point is, because you can't throw a rock without hitting one around here. And matter of fact, I would dare say half the houses in this neighborhood has a BMW sitting in front of it.
Yeah.
Or somebody works.
Or someone. Yeah, I'm not saying how they got it because we got a lot. We've got several people I know that work there.
Yeah. Okay, baby, you can't text.
You're fine.
I can't turn my notifications off on my watch. It doesn't pick up,
so you're fine. But the point is, I was like, well, everybody's got a BMW, but then I buy this Honda, and I'm looking around. Everybody's got a Honda.
I did notice that today as I was driving. I was like, oh, there's a lot more Accords. But that being said, I've never thought of the it's like they hit a year model and it looks like a different car.
I would say with BMW, they're amazing. Again, they're super duper crazy safe. It's just, do you have the money to invest in that car and then the upkeep? Because obviously it's going to be more expensive to upkeep a BMW than it would be my Explorer.
Right, right. But the whole point, to me, is when you're building your online brand, I mean, God love Ty Lopez and some of those guys that go out there and they have these Lambos and they've got these.
That's what kind of made him famous, was that video with him.
Yeah. And then spray painting.
Yeah.
Some of them just to show that he can afford to ruin a car. And,
Yeah.
If I had the money, but see, that's just not me.
Right.
I'm not criticizing. I'm not judging it. It's just not me.
Right.
And so I don't think any amount of money is going to change, my sort of Southern frugalness upbringing,
Well, we're Toyota people.
Well, see, and there you go.
Like the Toyota that my husband drives, it's a 2005. It's paid for. It's been paid for a long time. And it's going to give us at least another 5 years.
You can't kill them.
You can't.
And that's why. And this is not a car show, by the way, guys. I mean, so I don't know why.
One.
But it became one quick. But the point is, I want to encourage everyone out here that's listening either live tonight or going to listen later. At some point, if you want more out of life, you got to make a decision that I'm going to go after it, even in the face of the potential, and it's a great potential, that failure's in front of you, frustration's going to be in front of you, setbacks are going to be in front of you, downturns are going to be in front of you, criticism, haters, all of that is in front of the person that says, I want more out of life and I'm going after it. It just is. There's no way to go further than where you are without that resistance, but it is so worth it. It is so worth it. And so what we're talking about tonight is some basic tools that you can take and basic business strategies that you can execute on and make as much money as you want to make, and do it in a way that doesn't require you going in, working 16, 18 hours a day, working for someone who's, a butt to work for, but you be your own butt. And I tell people all the time, I'm harder on me than anybody else would be, because I just demand, a certain amount, but it's so worth it. And Lindsay, I launched this store. I guess it was a couple weeks ago, just trying it out, testing it out, and this whole thing about drop shipping. Because I heard a lot of people talk about drop shipping and different things. And for you guys that are not familiar with that term or that sort of way of doing things, I'll take you over to my homepage. For those who are on the audio podcast, you're not going to see this, but I'm going to TerryWilson3.com. And there's a couple products that I really like. And I've been selling to our members, to other people outside our business, to people that are on the podcast, to people that subscribe to me at YouTube. And by the way, if you're wanting to chat with us, you can't chat through YouTube. You have to go to TerryWilson3.com/live so that Reagan can see it and we can answer it live on here. I know a couple of you are going over to YouTube, which is fine. We want you to subscribe there, but we want you to chat it live so we can answer your questions. But right there on your screen, what they're seeing, Lindsay, is a journal and a telephone system that I sell. That journal is $25. That telephone system is $49. Mm-hmm. The journal, when I sell it, I make $15 off of it. Okay,
that's awesome.
But here's the beautiful thing: there's no inventory. I never touch it. Yeah. They get it within 5 to 10 days.
That is totally mind blowing.
Yeah, and it's just like this. And here's the other thing: you're gonna like this. The back office portion of this is totally automated.
Wow.
So the order goes to the vendor. The vendor captures it. The email to the buyer goes out to them, and then it goes out to the delivery service. Is all the logistics, everything
unreal
is handled for you. And so
wow.
We talked before we coming on. The thing that I didn't like about the physical, and I talked about this in episode 330, and by the way, that is one boring podcast. I'm just going to tell you, and I'll tell you why. You nor him was here. And so I'm just sitting here.
Where were you?
I don't remember, to be honest. But
well, you were coming over to, was going to pre-record it because I had to speak at a church Monday night.
Oh, that was Wells' birthday night.
And that was Wells' birthday night.
Yeah.
And we were going to pre-record, and I was going to have my live cast just send it out live at 9 o'clock, which is a funny story. I had to race back like you wouldn't believe to make sure it went up because we had a lightning storm here. The internet went down, the computers went down, and so my automation was down.
Wow.
Anyway, That's a boring, but I talked about that. There is content in there.
Yeah.
I just hate hearing myself talk. You know, I was like, how did I do this podcast so long with just me?
Well, we know I couldn't do it for 30 seconds on that membership training. So.
And I've never been given the chance. Y'all won't trust me by myself.
No.
So.
Oh, would you like us supposed to leave?
We know to keep you regulated. You're no good to yourself. You might tell somebody how you feel, and that cannot happen.
True.
No, I'm messing with you.
Super true.
But I talked about that the last podcast. But that's just we're introducing that, and we've got the plug-in about to go live for the elite members, and I'm developing training for it right now. But
I'm so excited.
Isn't that cool? But see, you're in the clothing business.
I am, and I carry my inventory, and it has done very well. I mean, the amount of money that I'm able to contribute to our family budget every month blows me away every month, and has for a long time now, years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm super, super grateful. But to have the potential to be able to do that on autopilot, I can't even wrap my mind around that. There's a whole room in our home. We bought this home in this neighborhood so I could have a whole room because I have so much inventory.
Right.
So to like reclaim that room and put a library in there, like
and not have to have
crazy.
Inventory, and not have to have. I mean, it's just because here's the thing: it's a gamble. Once you buy inventory, you're gambling.
Yeah.
I think this will sell, and most of the time, if you know your business, you can get good at it. But still, it's a gamble.
It's a science, and honestly,
it's part art
like
and part science.
Whenever I'm stressed with work, one of the biggest things I find stress in is my projections.
Yeah.
I wish I could project exactly what's going to sell, because sometimes I sell not quite what I was hoping to sell, and sometimes I'll sell stuff that I wasn't even trying to sell.
Right.
But I would like it to be a much more specific science.
Right.
And so if I have any stress with it, it's like, well, I'm talking to Justin. I'd be like, I ordered all this stuff and I thought it was really going to sell, and they're not interested, and so that's stressful.
Well, yeah, because when I first tried online marketing, way back when we had the music store, we were selling out of the store, the physical, and I heard about eBay, and I heard about internet marketing, I heard about all this stuff, so I was dabbling in it, and I went out, and we still have some over in our storage building. It's so funny. Gina gave me I bought, I don't know how many of these glass chess sets, because I just thought, man, I'll sell these chess sets online, and it'd just be, and so we had like 40 chess sets come in that I bought from China, and I got them for a couple dollars, and they're supposed to retail for $19.95 or something like that. So we're gonna be rich. I'm
It's like the start of the movie with Will Smith and his son. What's that movie? You know what I'm talking about, though.
Happy.
Yeah, Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness.
He buys all those computers or whatever.
Those bone density scanners or something.
We're gonna be rich.
We're gonna be. And then I didn't sell a one.
Oh,
I put those things on eBay for a penny to start bidding. Couldn't sell a one.
Wow.
Couldn't sell a one.
Wow.
So 1 year, my entire family got glass chess sets.
You're welcome.
You should pass the remainders out to the neighbors this year.
There are still white Santa games that we play during Christmas that'll show up with every once in a while.
That's pretty funny.
But you're right. It's just like, okay, you try your best. Well, there's no risk here. I've got in my store right now, I've got like over 300 items, but I've only sold 2 types of items.
Wow.
No, 3 types. I've sold the journal. I've sold, because we have the call center, and tons of people are saying, hey, I want that headset and be able to hook it into the Ring Central account and take calls. So it's a practical thing. And they go to Ring Central and they see $200-$300 phone systems, and I've got one for $50.
Yes.
So it makes a lot of sense to get that one, and you get it in 5-10 days. So that, and then some of my inspirational T-shirts and stuff like that, my little slogans and stuff like that. Take calls, read scripts, make money.
Yeah.
And I think if Tracy's on tonight, tell her I'll owe her probably $1 every time I sell one of those, because I think she's the one that came up with that mantra. Take calls, read script. Oh no, she just said it online, I think. But whoever, we'll fight over whose slogan that is later, I guess.
I feel like I need a T-shirt.
You need a T-shirt.
My my recommendations for health and stress management. I mean, I would wear it.
See, what kind of logo would you put?
I I've got a really good story about that, and I can't tell it. So we're just gonna move on.
I just can't tell it. Reagan, we got any questions before we get going too far?
We do.
All right, go ahead.
Balancing a couple things here. Let me make sure I got the right window open. All right. Okay. So somebody said they saw an ad on Craigslist for freight brokering. What's that all about? And how's that connected to us?
It's about freight brokering.
Right.
No.
Sure.
No,
Explain.
Okay. So one of the things that you can do as an elite member at TW3 is you get direct contracting with what we call our referral marketing partners, RMP. And these RMP folks are people like Uber, people like Home Depot and Lowe's, people like freight companies that are looking for various things. So what happens is we, as an online marketing entity, will generate traffic for those folks, send them over there. And so I think with the freight brokering thing, what that is a school that is wanting to offer you a drastic, because I think to get the brokering license and all that is a few $100s, and the testing's a few $100s, and so there's some money, some rather expensive. And what they're saying is for I think less than $100, they'll take care of everything. But the only thing is they ask you to work under their agency for a year in return for helping you get started. And then as you get started and learn the business, if you want to go independent after the first year, then of course you're free to do it. But our part in that is we are a marketing company. We market all different types of products, goods, and services. And one of the things I love working in is the job space, because if someone gets, for instance, involved with that freight brokering business, you know, that pays, depending on your credentialing at TW3, anywhere from $10 up to $50. And so I'll run an ad, help people get signed up for that opportunity. They get a job, and for every person that signs up with my contract with them, I get $50. And so I sold you nothing. I helped you. Matter of fact, I saved you money, because outside of going through this company, if you wanted to do, it's just like insurance or real estate, there's a licensing and credentialing that you have to do. But they would have to pay, you know, who knows what, you know, like I know with my insurance license to get everything, the schooling, everything. I mean, I was almost $2,000 in. With real estate, it's the same way, you know, so to get these licenses, because the government regulates a lot of this stuff, you know, you have to sort of meet certain standards and pass tests and yada, yada, yada. So, but the TW3, what we do is we help people get onboarded with those type of real estate, insurance, freight brokering, coaching. You can work directly with TW3. And so you might, someone might ask, well, Terry, doesn't that conflict with what you're doing? I mean, you're offering other opportunities outside of your business. No, actually it supplements and helps and complements, because here again, part of the process of onboarding with TW3 is you go over and to apply, and through the way you answer those questions, we might recommend you go to a different opportunity that would pay you hourly and salary, because what we do is straight commission if you work at TW3, and that might be a better fit for you. There's a certain personality type and a certain temperament and a certain person that we're looking for, that and I'll tell you who it is. It's that person who is hungry. That person that says, I will walk through a brick wall. I'm tired of getting involved with the thrills, pills, lotions, and potions, and I want a legitimate thing that I can do from home to call it my business and start growing my business. You know, the person that wants to own that entrepreneurial spirit. And that's not a judgment to say people that don't have that are less than or not, or whatever. It's not that. It's just they're different. And so we don't want to hurt those people, because I think you hurt people when you try to put them in a position that they're just not. Right. You're not setting them up for success. I want them to identify traits that are not compatible with entrepreneur life. And so that's why we have hourly and salary opportunities. We have freight brokering opportunities. We have all these other different opportunities. And then for that person that says, you know, as he makes fun of me because I'm quoting School of Rock, but I'm tired of working for the man. I'm ready to be the man. You know, then we've got something for you. And if you're that insurance guy, that real estate guy, or that MLM, or that network marketer, or that retail restaurant person, or you've got a business and you say, Terry, I'm just frustrated because it just seems like I don't get anywhere, then we've got a platform that you can use to build your business with. So great question.
Is there an age requirement for TW3?
You have to be able to take credit cards, and so yes, you have to be over 18 because you have to be able to set up a merchant account.
That was pretty quick. This one's a little bit more of a marketing question, but I'll try and sort of get them the answer they're looking for. What's the benefit and the value of having a lot of people notice that we make them watch a video before we join, and we have these 3 videos that they watch before they can join. What's the value of that, and why do we do that?
It's a vetting process. There's a psychology in it. The person, if I mean, I just tell you how I feel, but I've been doing it this way for 10 years and has saved me a lot of heartache because if you won't take the time to get an orientation about the business and the product you're thinking about getting involved with, then this isn't for you.
And for the people that won't watch the video, it's probably just a good sign not to.
It's a good, because here's the thing you got to understand. Is that a member asking the question?
Yeah. Okay. This is something we can get into more Wednesday if they want to come to our training.
Well, let me explain something to that member too. You got to understand, if you're marketing in the opportunity space, you're marketing on ZipRecruiter, Craigslist, Facebook, LinkedIn, or whatever. You've got job seekers coming to you, opportunity seekers coming to you. I don't know how to say this other than just say it, but there are people out there that fill out applications just to go through the motions like they're looking for a job. Yeah. Okay. Well, if they're just filling out an application so they can tell someone, I filled out an application.
Well, I'm looking. Yeah.
Then it saves you from wasting your time with people that are just going through the motions. Right. There's a reason why we vet people.
Method to the madness.
There's a method to this madness. Trust me.
All right. And I think that's it for our questions right now. We do have some shout outs that I wanted to make sure we got to. Gary wanted to shout out Casey Braswell, Deborah Smith, and Scott Reed. So,
well, you guys are with one of the elites, one of the top reps. So do what Mr. Gary says and you will be very successful because he knows how to make money in his business and he knows how to help other people make money in this business as well. There are some things, if you want to be successful, I would tell you have to do. And number one is develop your brand. One of the unique things, and Gary talked about this when he was on one of our trainings a while back, the uniqueness about this business. And I don't know if you've ever thought about this either, Lindsay, but most of the time when you get involved with a business, it's about the business, and then you're just the independent rep out there. Yeah. One of the things I wanted to do with TW3 is give them a platform where they're the rock star. No, it's about you. Right. And so that's why we have that blog. And we teach you step by step how to create your own images. Yeah. Make it about you. It's not about TW3. Just what I want to be for my members is, well, Terry's my guy. He helps my clients. I brought him on to coach and help my clients. Yeah. See, you see the posture, the difference there, where I'm just the guy in the background. Yep. That's doing your back office stuff.
And the blog is a good tool. I mean, we're using it.
Absolutely. You got to have it, you know, and so many people shortchange it and don't take the time to set up a blog, a website, a newsletter. I will tell you, my newsletter, which is my MailChimp account that I use, everybody that comes into an opt-in form on any part of my site gets lumped into a general list that I will go out once a week and send something out to. Yeah. I will tell you, that is probably responsible for at least a third of my business. Wow. And the reason is, see, the blog and the social media and the podcast and the videos on YouTube, those are all out there. They're engaging the clients and they're doing what? Yeah. Come back to TerryWilson3.com. Come back to TerryWilson3.com. They come back to TerryWilson3.com and they want to see this video, or they want to do this. They want to download this. They want to do this. Anytime they want to do anything, they have to put their name, number, and email address in. And when that happens, they get on my list. Right. And then I don't spam them. If they want me to go away, all I have to do is opt out. Right. But hopefully they don't do that. And if you do it in the right way. And so that's all a part about building my brand. And it's so important, guys. You've got to build your brand. If you want to last in this business, if you want to be able to go on vacations for a month, if you want to be able to check out and have family come in, you've got to have some of these tools that are working for you in the background. Otherwise, it's always about what you can do live every day. Yeah. So go toward building your brand using those. So branding tools that I would tell you to use is blogs, websites, newsletters, set up a YouTube channel. And I'll tell you, for you guys that are elite members, you got to be building and creating. If you've got an iPhone, then you've got all the tools you need to sit there and say, hey, I want to talk to you about blah, 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 and get it up on YouTube and put it out on Facebook. And I'm amazed at how many people won't do that because they're so conscientious about what they look like, how they sound. Well, Exhibit A. Look at this. It's Face for Radio. I sound like Gomer Pyle when I talk. I mean, I've got the cadence of T.D. Jakes and the vocal timbre of Gomer Pyle. So my point is, am I making references that no one?
I didn't get them.
I don't know who you're talking about, but I was just going with it.
I got the point of it though. I got the point of it. You sound Southern. I got it.
You guys make me feel so old.
It's not the age. I'm just dumb. It's different.
No, I mean,
I'm socially disengaged from a lot of pop culture and.
No, Gomer Pyle was off of a TV show in the 60s and 70s.
Oh well.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
we were so not born.
T.D. Jakes is a preacher out to organize my thoughts.
Yeah.
So
you've got some people backing you up in chat. So you're speaking to an audience.
Am I speaking to my audience?
It's not my audience.
Is my people understanding me? That's amazing.
It's just not here.
It's just not us.
Just not in this room.
Yeah.
Can I talk about one thing?
Please.
So going back to this clothing company that I had mentioned that I've recently fallen in love with, I'm going to illustrate a point here that you've said before. Yeah. It's a company and they make activewear like bathing suits, running stuff, and just comfortable doing your life stuff. Well, I heard about them a couple years ago, went to their website and bought like one thing, and I got on their mailing list. Well, for a whole year, they're sending me stuff, and I'm not even opening it. But then I was at Isle of Palms earlier this year, and I knew that they had a store. And so I went in, and I had this amazing experience. And now my poor husband probably wishes that they would stop sending me discount coupons because I keep using all of them.
Right.
So the power of the drip is real.
Oh.
Because I didn't even open the emails for a whole year. And now every time I get one, I'm like, oh, what do they got? Do I need it? Do I need to go right now?
I'm telling you what, that's why I tell all of our members, set up an autoresponder.
Yeah.
And start dripping. And if you can't set it up, let us do it for you. And we sell, if you'll notice, out of all of our services, that's the cheapest thing we do. And it's actually more laborsome to do than some of the others. But I believe so much.
Yeah.
And you've got to be able to drip and follow up on people and build your list. Because if you don't do that.
Because you never know when something's going to click and they're going to open that email.
I think Joe is, I don't know if Joe's on tonight, but he was talking and he sent me an email and I wasn't able to respond. But someone that's been on my list for years, got connected with him and they're wanting to do something. I don't know. There's not a week goes by that I don't have someone join, because Terry, I've been listening to you for 5, 6, 7 years, 3 years too, and just.
Well, that's sort of also the thing with like when you reach out to people. I don't know if you do it quite as much anymore because we've gotten so busy with just sort of upkeeping the business, so you're not doing so much of one-on-one with people like sales-wise. But you used to, when you would call people, had that response as well. Just sort of I've been listening to you for years. I've been talking to you. I've not been on your mailing list for years. The whole thing is this the Terry Wilson's like?
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard the bumper music on the coming into the show or going out. But you'll hear people talking. Is this the Terry Wilson?
Oh, I didn't.
Or one of them was like, I can't believe you're calling me back. And all I had to do, and this goes back to the power of branding, guys. The power of branding. And you guys that were at the Elite Conference, no, I'm nobody. Now, I don't mean that in an ugly way. But what I'm saying is, people online, they're up on this pedestal almost. Some people put them there. Yeah. And I don't mean that in a disparaging way or ugly, but I'm just saying it's psychology as well. They must be somebody.
Well, I had no idea I was your neighbor for
you thought I was normal until you came over here.
Yeah, I mean, I know Gabby well. I know Gina well. I had no idea all this was going on.
You didn't know I was somebody.
I did. Well, I asked your wife. I said, well, what does he do? And she said, nobody really knows.
We don't know.
That's what she said.
Honestly, when I used to work Well, I still work, but when I was at Chick-fil-A, they would ask, what's your dad do? Because we'd go on these vacations, and I'd have to ask all this time off, and they'd be like, well, you just went on vacation. What does your dad do? Basically asking. I always had to be like, I think he sells drugs, because I don't know like how to explain it. Like, I don't know what he does. I don't know
how he makes money, but
he goes in the closet and he records, and then
we used to, before we bought this house, we had a smaller house, and the only place I could find in that house, because it was so small, that was quiet, was our walk-in closet.
Nice.
So I converted our walk-in closet into a little card table. The microphone you're on was on a little thing, and my little laptop, and that was it. That's all I had. I didn't have all this.
That plus the hustle.
That plus the hustle, guys. I'm thinking about doing a video where I videotape the house and just do a tour. And I said, here's the house that online business with TW3 bought. Took me from broke, busted, and disgusted to being able to take 2 and 3 months off a year on vacation and afford a lifestyle that I would have never dreamed.
We're the same. The house that we moved from before I started my business, night and day from the house that we built in here.
Yeah,
night and day.
And you just feel so blessed, and
so blessed.
But it's possible, and not only is it possible, it's probable if they will execute and bring the hustle.
Yep.
That's all it takes, just bring the hustle, check the attitude. I'm going to just go ahead and put that out there.
Sure.
Guys.
That's important too.
Your attitude, I know it's cliche. I don't know if you know, here again, I'm going to date myself. Have you ever heard of a guy named Zig Ziglar?
Yes.
Okay.
I knew that one too. Okay. Guys, I'm in this one.
I got this one. Well, he's got a famous saying that says, your attitude dictates your altitude.
Yes.
And Reagan, you're only 20, 21?
Yeah.
You turn 21 next month. And so short time on earth, but short time even in marketing and sales. But tell me, you see our members who are very successful and just rock stars, and you see our members that struggle.
Yeah.
And how important is attitude?
It's so important. It goes beyond just our business. Take it any business that you've been in, because the other jobs I've had and stuff, you can tell people that are being promoted and people that are making the money. Those are the people that are like, have made a conscious decision. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to have a good attitude.
Right.
And I mean, they go from the bottom to the top.
Work hard is so critical. And I also think work strategically.
Yeah. Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. Have a plan, have your goals written down, have your time managed properly and appropriately.
Yeah.
But see, I feel like when I say stuff like this, sometimes it comes across preachy. And it comes across.
Well, somebody needs to preach it.
Well, I know. I get that. I get that.
But somebody needs to tell them. Say it again for the people in the back.
No, but what I'm saying, I feel like sometimes people they check out. And let me tell anyone that's listening to this, I'm not trying to say I'm better than you or anybody in here is better than you. I'm not trying to say we got our stuff together and we don't make mistakes. What I am trying to tell you is, and I'm begging you to reconsider, how you look at things sometimes. If you come in with an attitude that the world owes me, with a chip on your shoulder, that if this don't work in a week, then everybody's a scam, you're not going to make it in this business. Don't even get involved.
Yeah.
Just don't even if you don't have the emotional, mental, and spiritual patience and temperament to take the time to grab a hold of the concepts because, one of the things that I have been rightly accused of, and I'll own it, when you get involved with TW3, it's like drinking from a fire hydrant. And so the best thing I can tell you to do is to back up and only do a little bit at a time. You're going to be exposed to people like Gary and Tracy and Jeff and Lindsay and myself, and you're going to see all of these strategies and things, and you're going to come to the membership trainings, and you're going to see how people are making 5, 10, 15, 20 grand a week. Yeah. And your eyes are going to get... Yeah. And then you're not going to be able to do it immediately. And then the temptation, if you don't have the right attitude, is, well, they're just a bunch of... But you've met them. You met them at the Elite Conference.
Yeah, they're great people.
They're great people. This is the real deal, as Neil said. I wouldn't hesitate selling this system to my mother because it works.
Yeah.
But the system works. The strategy works. The question is, do you work?
Yes. And do you work with it? Like,
yeah. You work the system, because there is a proven roadmap to success. We've even, and I'm not going to do it because we're on a podcast and so people hear this audio. We number our system out 1 through 6. Do this first. And I'm amazed at how people go straight to step 9, straight to step 10. And then they're sending in tickets. Well, how do you do this? And how do you do that? No, it's in step 2. It's in step 3. So 90% of our ticket response to new members when they're in the business for their first 90 days is redirecting them, go back and watch step 4 again.
Go back and read the directions.
Because we're not going to be able to say anything different than what we've already said.
Right.
And it's not to be ugly. It's not to be disparaging.
And
it's
some
not to be
people just
insulting.
want elaboration on things. But
what?
I said some people just want elaboration on things. They don't want any of our members
totally
to feel like they shouldn't ask questions because you should.
Absolutely.
That's what we're here for.
If you don't understand something, I'm just saying the best way to get the most value is watch the training, read the training, look at the training, come to the membership training, and then if it still don't make sense, reach out and ask questions. But when you reach out and ask questions and the questions are based on
how do I get my extension?
How do I get my extension to call center? Well, that's in step 1. It's so, that question ought to be, where is the training to show me how to get done? That's okay. It's over. Click here. So that's all we're saying. And give yourself the time and the patience, because I'm telling you, if you will do that, you can go as far as you want to in this business. I've never met a business, because we're talking about branding night, building an online successful business. Name me one company, name me one business, name me one anything you can get involved in where you're not the rock star, where it's not about you, where you can build this whole thing around you however you want. You can slice and dice it, make it look like. If you get involved with any insurance company, real estate company, it's about them. It's about their product. It's about their shield. This is about you, and you set the limits on what you make and what strategies you want to use to do this. Any other questions? I know you're...
Nope.
Okay, good.
I think we're good.
So the branding is important. And the other thing that's really, really cool about what we offer is not only the branding tools like we talked about, but also the products. One of the things you're going to have a successful business, Lindsay, I believe, is a great product.
Absolutely.
And a product, not only that, a great product, but a product that matches you.
Yes.
You're very successful in your clothing business, but that's you. You're all about style. You're all about, fashion.
I couldn't sell cars.
Are you telling me that you would not succeed in a clothing business? Because what I'm trying to say is you would not succeed. And
I am agreeing with you.
Reagan, I'm just calling it right now. If socks and sandals ever come back in style, you got this.
Yeah. Man wearing socks and sandals over here giving me grief.
He's doing good today.
These are stylish,
but every week I have to check.
Those are my basketball.
Let me tell you something, Lindsay. If you was at any Wilson family dinner, 50% of the conversation is just chewing on Dad about the way he dresses, the way he looks, the way.
Because a lot of times it's like, why? Why would you? Why? He's the type of person that'll wear. What's your shirts you had? You had that Chicago shirt that was
tie-dye.
He has a tie-dye Chicago shirt, and he'll wear that with like blue shorts or something.
Terry.
And then he'll put on flip-flops and be like, all right, let's go to the movies. It's like, no,
who are you going to the movies with? Nobody's going to the movies with you.
No,
this is why I do business online.
You should stay online.
I'm an online marketer, not an in person. Okay, I dress for success here.
Men are not allowed to wear tie-dye. Rule number 1.
Yep.
Why?
Why not? I wanna.
How old are you?
I'm Terry Garcia.
How old are you?
42.
Okay.
Do you know
once you pass age 4, you're not allowed to wear tie-dye anymore because VBS gives that to like the preschool sector, the tie-dye shirts.
And I thought you were a hippie.
I'm allowed to wear tie-dye.
Well, why can't I? This is sexist. I've got rights,
You want to know another
Pound
reason?
me too. Or is it
if Justin put on tie-dye,
huh?
If Justin put on tie-dye, it would shoot down the stirring of affections that I feel for him.
I think that's like where she's going.
So no tie-dye.
Justin,
for the sake
me
of
and
your
you,
wife.
brother, we're going to go tie-dye, baby. Me and you.
I would like to think he's just like, don't let me into this. I'm not wearing tie-dye. I know better.
Now he's over there wearing a Rolling Stones shirt with the big...
Now, I did see that, and I was like...
And giving me grief
I was
over
like,
a Chicago
but
shirt.
I didn't even buy this. Alicia bought this for me. So
Oh, well, if she bought it for you, then you have to wear it.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or
And I do actually like this shirt.
But no matter what your product is.
But yours is not clothing.
Mine's not clothing.
That's all we're trying to establish.
That's all we're saying.
Through this long
2 minute here. Welcome to a Wilson dinner where now they chew on me about my.
Welcome to the Comedy Central roast of Terry Wilson on why he shouldn't wear tie-dye.
It's a big strike.
It's
a big strike.
Well, I'm colorblind, so that hurts a lot. There's a reason why I even use Canva and I use it to build my websites and stuff. Is because it's got that color palette.
Yeah.
And I know if I stay in that palette, I'm safe.
Well, you know what else hurts? A grown man wearing tie-dye and everybody having to look at it. That hurts. Everybody looking at it going, why is he wearing tie-dye?
Can they see my hand on camera? Okay.
I didn't know if you were about to start crying.
No, I was just trying to see how far I could reach to get out of the camera angle here. But your product has got to be congruent with who you are and what you're about. You know, I love lead generation. I used to be in the health insurance and life insurance business, so I can do that. Lindsay's in clothing, so that makes sense to her. We're elite members. We're introducing this drop shipping thing that you can do for physical products. Information products are huge.
When does that roll out? Like do we already have access or?
I'm working on the videos now. I'm going to try to get it out before next week, because if I don't get it out next week, it's going to be a month or so. Because
oh, that would be so sad.
Well, I'm trying.
Well, just give me access.
Yeah,
I'll test it out.
I'll
be your tester.
But here's the big thing that TW3, and we'll end on this. This is the value proposition that we offer as a business opportunity for those who have come on to listen about the business thing here. There's a lot of great products, and as you can see, even in the TW3 archway here, we've got under the umbrella, there's tons of things you can do: insurance, real estate, direct sales. You know, use our platform, use our RMPs to sell those types of products and services. And Freddie Freeman just hit a home run in right field. Okay, sorry, but do what? Focus. Focus. The Braves are playing, but it's a doubleheader today. And so we just went up in the
did you hear that?
Northeast.
Hear that audible sigh from all of our members that are just like, stay on the point. Stay on the point.
Land the plane. Land the plane.
There is no rabbit I won't chase. But there's a lot of great products you people can sell. A lot of great products that people can sell. But here's the thing. This is where TW3 really stands out. Every business I've been in, the most difficult part about the business was getting the right people that could need, want, and could afford what it is I was selling. That was always the challenge. Matter of fact, Forbes magazine did an article, and I referenced it several times in these podcasts and trainings I do, that 98% of home-based businesses fail, and they fail because they don't have enough qualified people that want, need, desire, and can afford what it is they offer. So that tells you that is the crux of being successful. That's the breaking point. Are you going to be successful? You can have the greatest product. That product can be very congruent with who you are, your branding, what you're about. But if you don't have the people, you just have a hobby.
Yeah.
Because you got to have the people. And that's where we stand out, because there's not a member at TW3 that has to cold call. There's not a member that has to go out and pester their friends, family, and foes trying to get them involved. And the leads for their own business is, like, for instance, I can go out and generate leads tomorrow, and then I can give those people gift cards to Starbucks just for letting me quote them on the insurance. And if they're not right for me, I can then refer them over to one of my RMPs and sell that lead off. So I'm making money on that lead whether I sell them insurance or not.
Yeah.
That's the strategies of TW3. We sell TW3 that way. You want to work from home? Okay. And we post ads everywhere. We bring them into our sales funnel. And then we show them, here's what we do. Here's some other things that we do. And then if they're not right here, we give them an hourly job. We give them a freight brokering job. We give them an insurance job. We give them a real estate job. We get them go into an office and get, a salary job. Don't sell them anything. They make their money. They get what they need. We get paid for that lead, and we didn't bring someone in that we shouldn't have.
Right.
So that's the whole crux of TW3. That's why it's been successful for 10 years. That's why it's got an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. That's why, we haven't made, out of the thousands of members we've had, we've not made 2 or 3 of them happy. But for the lion's share, we have a high retention rate and a high success rate and a lot of positive feedback. So we're proud of that, and we hang our hats on that. So if you're looking for a home-based business, if you're looking for something that you can do to take your money, your business, your life to new levels, I would consider TerryWilson3.com. Get connected with one of our trainers. They can show you, and that's the way our business works. You buy our system through one of our accredited trainers, because they're going to be there to be able to show you how to get in your back office, how to start using these tools, how to launch your business, how to start branding yourself. All of those things, those trainings are right there. Lindsay, you just came on, I don't know, about a year ago or 8 months ago, or March, when an ELT, so however long that was.
Yeah.
And you've gone through the training, and you're already up, and Justin are up, and just
we're loving it,
and knocking it out.
Learning so much. I would say to new people, like you said, take a step back. There's no rush.
There's no rush.
You don't have to learn it all in a day. Learn what you can, and then when you've got that down, move on to the next thing.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And there's fast tracked in there, you know, to get, you know, the main thing with this business is just get in, start getting in the call center, getting your funnel set up so you can drive traffic either to your extension or through your funnel, and then start talking to people. And the more people you talk to, the more money you're going to make. That's just the way it works. And, you know, there's 3 levels you can join at. You can become a sales rep and trainer. You can become a plus rep and trainer, or an elite rep and trainer. And someone asked the other day, well, which one should I join? I said, well, how much money you want to make?
Yeah.
You know, because you've seen the levels.
Oh, yeah.
And what would you recommend to people?
If there was a person that I felt had potential, you know, had the entrepreneurial spirit, I would say go right in for the elite.
Yeah. Because that's where it's all, I mean, the direct contracting. And you get, I think, it's not until you get to that level, you don't see the entire structure.
The plus is a great package for someone who wants to dip their toes in the water.
Right.
But if you want to go all the way and you want the eagle view, then elite's where you need to start.
And that's where the residual income comes in, the passive income comes in. I mean, the contracting there is a lot nicer. Reagan, before we get out of here, is there any other questions that we need to address?
I do not believe so.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for coming out. Get with your trainers tonight and get involved, get in the system. We're going to have a membership training. I think it's going to be Thursday night instead of Wednesday night this week. So look in your back office. You'll see, you know, I'll post when that'll be, but I think it's going to have to be Thursday because we got some things going on Wednesday. And I apologize for some of the changes in schedule last couple of weeks. It's just been hectic, but trying to get everything together before we check out for about a month and get all that rolling. But we'll do a membership training this coming Thursday. But if you have questions, you can always call 800-673-1728. That's 800-673-1728. And we'll get you over to one of our trainers there. You can contact me at terrywilson3.com/contact. That's terrywilson3.com/contact. Until next time, we will see you later.
Thank you for listening to our show today at terrywilson3.com. If you would like more information on how we can take your money, your business, and your life to the next level, then please visit us online at terrywilson3.com or call 800-673-1728.
This is the Terry Wilson. Really? I'm excited, Terry. I want to get started here.
Is this a celebrity, Terry Wilson?
Oh, my word.
How you doing, sir?
Dude, don't even go there. I've been listening to this for a while, and I'm finally like, okay, guys, what a privilege. I mean,